to the channel. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. Here we go again. Another Tuesday, another live stream, another time to spend time with you guys and talk about a bunch of different stuff. Talk about whatever comes to my mind. I actually got a couple topics and videos that I want to discuss. So make sure you stay tuned. If you're watching in the replay, again, I appreciate you guys' support. If you're watching live, it's fantastic. Make sure you put some comments down there and we're going to address some of the comments. Hopefully we're going to go ahead and do, kind of like a Q&A. Depends how many people show up. Depends how it goes, right? Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video. Share the video somewhere. I definitely appreciate that. Before I get into the content and before I get into, the meat and potatoes, just know that I am going to play a couple videos here and I am going to talk about a couple different topics that I want to do. I got a couple different ones. Essentially, the main one is going to be preparing for the elections after math. So what is going to happen after the elections? I want to talk about it for a little bit. I want to read some of your comments as well. I want to talk about the police officer that got caught up wearing a mask, a Trump mask. What else I got? Oh, I want to show you a video that I actually got from Mr. Guns and Gear where he was actually he shared this video on Twitter where a guy actually started shooting at a dude over some type of road rage. Again, I want to talk about that as well, right? So I got a couple different topics to talk. Depends how many people it is here. Depends how the conversation go. I may get to all the topics. I may not. We got quite a few amount of people watching, and I definitely appreciate you guys' support and you guys, everything you guys do to the channel. Before I continue, big shout out to my patron. You guys are fantastic. I see some of the guys out there. I know Big Mo is in the house. And check it out. Big Mo being a patron of the channel for really a long time. Actually, pretty long time. I don't know the day, but it has been a while. So, Big Mo, I appreciate your support, brother. It's just fantastic to have people like you. I'm truly humble, as well all the patrons out there that comments are coming up right now. Make sure you subscribe, like I said. Make sure you share the videos, and let me play the intro and let's start talking about this. Yeah, let's do it. Man, I'm going to tell you, the days of YouTube has become a long way from I remember. I've been doing this for about 7 years or maybe more by now. And I'm going to tell you, I remember the days where live streams were so sucky. Like you barely, you were able to bring a couple guys, but it was kind of interesting how we did the live streams and all that. Now it's so fancy, man. We got like fancy stuff. And you know what? I wanted to play my live stream. Let me see some of the guys that are here. Some of you guys are fantastic, and I appreciate you guys' support. Michael's in the house. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing good. VCA, RCA, GCA. What's up, man? Where you been, dude? I haven't seen you in quite some time. It's nice to see you in the comments. Again, I hope you're doing good, brother. Let's see who else. Elias is in the house. How's your day been, brother? Man, been so good so far, man. I took a couple days off from work, and I'm so excited. I got to go work tomorrow again, but it was just nice to relax, man. Really nice to relax. Sometimes we get caught up with life, and we forget to relax. And believe it or not, compared to many YouTubers out there that make a living out of YouTube, I don't. I have a real job, and I got a job that I'm blessed to have, and I have to work just like you guys out there. I do this in my spare time. So let's see who else is right there or up here. Bailey's in the house. People are going to flip out regardless of the winner. yeah, they will. I want to talk about that as well. 84 is in the house. People were saying. I remember when they did that protest where people went to the White House and started screaming. Literally, the whole protest was to go to the White House and scream. These people are crazy, man. Bunch of other guys. What's going on, Sergeant? Appreciate your support. If you're a Devil Dog, Semper Fi. actually to all Marines out there, Semper Fi, and to every military guy here, every veteran, thank you so much. I appreciate your service to our country. Miller said, no 223 in my town. Man, this is one of the reasons why I haven't done any videos on firearms and things like that. People tell me, hey, go shooting. I'm like, are you crazy, man? I am wasting my ammo. I'm not going to, I mean, it's insane. It's really expensive. It's really crazy. And right now, you cannot find ammunition anywhere. So, again, it's pretty crazy. Let me know where you're watching from. We got MAGA Patriot here. It says, hello from Detroit, Michigan. So let me know down in the comment section, again, where you're watching from. Juan George, hello from behind enemy lines, New York. Man, you guys, bro. I just did a video about New York. It's pretty insane out there what's going on. Very, very insane. All right, let me get into this real quick. Big shout out to everybody that is watching out there. Look, I want to put this right here, right now, real quick before I get into the content, because I share this with, with my son. Actually, with my son today, and I want to share this Bible verse with you guys. And again, this is not going to be, I'm not going to be preaching here tonight, but I just want to share this Bible verse with you guys because I think it has to do a lot with what's going on. A lot of the things that is happening right now is biblical. And, I share this with my son, my middle son today, and I wanted to share with you guys. It's Proverbs 12:15. It says, the way of the fool seems right to them, but the wise listen to advice. So in this Bible verse here, as I was reading this to my son, and we were talking and discussing about it, I feel like God puts people in two categories. Either you're a fool or you're wise. And I even told my son, listen, just because somebody's highly educated does not mean that it's wise. A wise man does not equal to a guy with a master's degree or a bachelor's degree. It doesn't mean that, right? I had a bachelor's degree at one point. Well, I guess I still have it. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't really, now looking back in that time, I wouldn't say that I was a wise man by no means. I was actually a fool. So, again, I like this right here, and it was really powerful. I share this with my son because what's going on right now, there's a lot of things that is going on. A lot of people are highly educated. They have degrees and all this nonsense, but that doesn't mean that they are wise people. I mean, there's a lot of fools right now trying to lead our country, and that's dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So, again, I feel that there's two categories here, the fool and the wise. But listen to this. The ways of the fool seems right to them. So that means that you will do something, you would do something that you think is right, but it's completely a fool decision. It's not good. So we got to be really careful because this may apply to everyone out there. Again, I'm not saying that it can't happen to me. I may make a decision and you know what? Maybe is not the right decision to make, but I love what God says this, right after that says, but the wise listen to advice. So it is good to find advice, and it's good to listen to people that being there because you want to get advice from people that are walking the walk. And I wanted to talk about this just for a minute or two, just because you see that here a lot in the community. You see what's going on in the government doing some stupid, some decisions that to me are insane. I just recorded a video. I haven't posted yet. Where Biden, I haven't posted yet. Where Biden is talking to a lady, and this lady is saying how she has two daughters. One happens to be a transgender child. And to me, that's mind-blowing because it's 8 years old. And I'm thinking, what can an 8-year-old make a decision on? What? You're 8. I mean, really, are you going to be able to decide your sex? What else? What else can you decide? Can you decide to go to the military? Can you decide to buy cigarettes? Can you decide to buy a gun? Obviously not. You're a kid. So why would we allow a kid to do things like that? Fools. And again, I'll talk more about it in that video. I don't want to give my whole thoughts and opinions in that video. But again, fools. The way of the fool seems right to them. And it seems right to you, but it's just foolish. But the wise listen to advice. I tell this to my kid all the time as well. I say, there is a way that makes sense to you, but it's going to lead you into destruction. So we got to be really, really careful, and we got to seek advice from godly people. If you're out there and you're a brother in Christ, seek advice from godly people. Seek advice from people that are walking the walk. People that you could see and be like, wow, man, that guy loved the Lord. If you find somebody that loved the Lord, seek his advice if you need their advice. Because I'm going to tell you, there's ways sometimes that may seem right to you, but it's foolish. So anyway, I was talking to my son about this. I see this a lot nowadays here in the community or in the government and all that. It's just ridiculous, you know. And the thing about this that I want to mention is that God give us the answers. The answers are in the Bible. The answers are in the Bible. You could see them right there. Put your faith in the Bible and seek God. Forget the Republican Party. Forget Trump. Forget the Democrats, forget Biden, and find out what God wants you to do in your life. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to close that topic with that. I'm going to jump into a different topic, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Forget the whole battle between Trump and Biden and find out what God wants in your life, because we continue to lead and depend on humans and people, and we need to realize that people will let us down and the good Almighty won't. Stop getting disappointed, and if you want to stop getting disappointed, start looking up and forget these two sizes. I'm going to tell you, and I know when I said things like this, some people say, well, Fabian, you always put in videos about this stuff. I get it. And it may seem to you that I may go into one side more than the other one, and that's true. I tend to lean more into the Republican Party. But that doesn't mean that I don't lean completely into the Word of God. I'm going to tell you what right now, if the Republican Party, whatever they say, goes against the Bible, to me, that's a no-go. To me, that's not a go, because it's ridiculous what we're saying. Ridiculous what we're saying. What these people are doing is insane. They're talking about late-term abortions. They're talking about, allowing children to turn into women or to go through all this surgeries and things like that, which again, it's not like they are turning, because they will never be. I don't care what surgery you have. I don't care what medication you take. You're still going to be a boy. But it's insane what they're doing to our country. We need to get back into the Word of God, because this thing is just not working out to me. Anyways, let me look at some of the comments right here. Appreciate everybody that is watching. Oh, there we go. Beautiful Stacy's watching. Big shout out to beautiful Stacy. That is my wife. So, Big Mo said Hurricane 1, and then 2 did a number on us. Oh, man. Hope you're doing good, brother. I didn't know that. Yeah, we are. I mean, we are masters on hurricanes. You know that. We're going through so many hurricanes here that it's just ridiculous, right? So let me bring this up. I want to bring this up, and I want to talk to you guys about this one, because this one is actually very interesting. Let me cue this up right here. This is the first one that I want to play, and all right, I'm almost ready. Let's go here. All right, so here's the thing. I wanted to talk about this one because this one's pretty insane, and this was shared by Mr. Guns and Gear. Everybody knows Mr. Guns and Gear, right? Everybody knows him. He's a really cool guy. He posts a lot of great videos on the firearm community, and he does a lot of great things for the Second Amendment. And again, we appreciate his work to the Second Amendment. But again, he posted this video. I'm going to play it here. And this is pretty insane, because what we see is 2 cars. And one car, I guess, in some cases, they have some kind of road rage incident. And at one point, one guy gets next to that car and says, hey, put your gun down. And bam, the guy shoots at him. Let's watch it.
Put your gun down.
Wow.
Put your gun down.
I want you to see that. Put your gun down.
Last seen.
And he gets shot at. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know the backstory. I don't know anything about this situation. I really don't know. I just saw this just a couple hours ago here in the community. Definitely share some comments down below. But again, when I saw this, look at this. Look at this guy. Banned. I thought to myself one thing because I just recently shared a video, and I'm sure some of you guys probably saw it, but I shared a video where there was a road rage incident and there was some shooting. And again, what I saw there was that the guy took his gun and engaged. Maybe some of you guys watched the video as well. But I'm going to tell you this right now. When I was seeing this, I'm thinking to myself, man, we need to start understanding one thing. We got to step away from the fight. I'm seeing a lot of situations right now. I'm seeing a lot of situations right now where you see people getting into the fight where they could simply stay away from the fight. Simply. I mean, it's not that difficult to understand. Stay away from the fight. The best way to win a fight, what is it? Stay away from the fight, right? You got to do it. Don't get yourself in a fight. And again, you see this right here where you see a confrontation, two cars, and again, the guy says, put your gun down. Are you crazy, brother? If someone points a gun at you, back away quickly. Are you going to play chicken? You going to play gamble? You going to gamble with your life? This dude right here gambled with his life. And you know what happened? He got shot at. God bless the Lord that no one got hurt. Again, God bless the Lord that no one got hurt. Because he could have died right there on the spot. And then who's going to pay for your family? Who's going to pay the mortgage? Who's going to pay the rent? Who's going to buy food for your children? Because you playing macho man? No, dude. That is just dumb. That's just stupid. I can go all day about this. That is just dumb. The best way to win a fight is to get yourself out of the fight. If you see somebody doing something to you, back away. Back away. I'm going to tell you something. I had a situation that I'm going to share with you guys regarding this topic right here. Years ago, I was actually with Stacy, and little Manny wasn't born yet. It was just Stacy and my two other kids, right? And I'm driving in North Carolina. I actually posted a video about this here in the YouTube channel. I'm talking like 6 years ago, something like that. So there I am driving down the street, and it's just a road, and there's no one. Really, no one. I mean, just a one way this way and one way that way, and a bunch of chicken, farms and all that in the country, right? Man, I love the country. And as I'm driving, I see this guy right behind me, and he's kind of like flashing the lights. I'm thinking to myself, what is this guy doing? What is he doing? He could just easily pass me. But at one point, I'm coming up to a left turn, and as I come to a left turn, I literally stop because I'm thinking something's wrong with my car or there's an emergency or something. So I stopped the car right in the intersection. I mean, there's no cars coming. You can see a mile away that way. You can see a mile away this way. In North Carolina, Richlands. If you've ever been in Richlands, North Carolina, put a comment in the comment section below. This thing is, insane. Little country town. Love it. And I kind of, slow down and stop in the middle of the intersection because there's no cars coming. And I look back, and this guy cursed me out. I mean, every, spit coming out of his mouth. Insane. The guy threatened me with every single thing that you could think about it. And I looked down, and I think I had the M&P shield on me, the same one that I carry now. And I believe Stacy had a Glock 19. I could be wrong. So the point is that we were heavily armed because we both had concealed carry in North Carolina. And again, we armed. And as I look at this guy and he's cursing at me, you know what I did? I closed the window and I drove away. Didn't even say one word. I think, I don't know. I think I said God bless you or something. I don't know. I really didn't got into a conversation with this dude. I just closed the window and drove away. And as I'm driving away, I'm looking back. I want to make sure he doesn't follow me. And if he would have followed me, I would have called the cops and continued to drive. At no point I was going to stop. I continued to drive until police officers kind of catch up to us. Again, you don't want to get yourself in that confrontation. You really know. You don't know what this guy's issue is. You don't know what he's going to do. That person is unstable. And if your life is not in danger, your life is not in danger. You could hit the brake, you could go right, you could go left, you could speed out, you could back up. Your life is not in danger. Walk away from the situation. Now, I'm going to tell you, this guy called me every single name in the book. in front of my wife, in front of my kids? Yeah, was it my pride hurt? What am I going to do? Fight that guy and then be in jail? Who will be paying for, for my children to eat? Who will be working for our family? Me and my wife, of course. But you don't think my wife is going to miss, me being here to provide counsel, to provide love, to provide, to teach my children how to do things? Of course you will. You don't want to find yourself in that confrontation. That guy could have been killed right there on the spot. It was very, very stupid of him. Really, really stupid of him. I mean, ridiculous. What did he say? He said, Pull your gun down. Like, are you crazy, homie? You crazy. Pull your gun down. Bam. Look at this. No, man. That was just crazy on his part. Don't do that. Walk away from the fight as much as you can. Let me see what some of you guys are saying here in the comments section. I appreciate everybody that is watching. You guys are fantastic. And I really, really appreciate the support. Make sure you subscribe to the channel like I always say. Let me just bring this up here. Make sure you subscribe to the main channel. I'm posting videos all the time. All the time I'm posting videos. And also, check out the second channel that I have. I just named it Jarhead 6 Clips. Right there. 335 subscribers. A lot of the videos that I do live, what I do is that I cut them into little pieces and I put them here. Right? Because not everybody watch the long videos format. So what I do is that I cut a lot of the videos, I cut them into little pieces, and I make my own little videos in a way, and I post them here so people can consume those videos in a better, shorter format, right? Like this video right here is 9 minutes. That was a live stream that was over an hour long. So make sure you subscribe to that and check it out before I continue. I got a surprise for some of you guys. How many people are watching? 37. Got a surprise for some of you guys. There is going to be a new project that I'm starting. And I'm not going to tell you more about it. But there's a new project that I'm starting. And there's going to be another person with me. And it's going to be just another set of videos in a different channel. And we're going to be discussing a lot of stuff. Stay tuned. I actually just purchased a bunch of stuff. I think I spent a good amount of money to be able to run this new channel. And again, it's gonna be fantastic. Big shout out to my patrons. Obviously, it's just easier to spend $1,000 and stuff when you have patrons, right? If you don't have patrons, you just can't be like, all right, let me spend $500 on this, or I just spent $250 in between microphones and stuff. Let me just spend $250 on this. No, man, it doesn't work that way. I'm sure you guys know. But when you got patrons that support you, it's just easier to be able to do that kind of stuff. So I appreciate everybody's support. Let me see who's out there. M-Life M6. Let's see. Good topics on video, man. Been watching you for the last month. Keep up the good work. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. L.A. Bailey says, you have just flash and no gun sign. Everything would have been fine. Yeah, no doubt, man. We all know that gun-free zones work. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. They don't work at all. All right, let's see. Miller said, never put your life in danger. Yeah, man, don't do that. That's just not smart at all. That's not smart at all. L.A. Bailey say a wise man is always learning. Yeah, man, I always say this. Become a sponge. Become a sponge. And always learn. Always learn. Tattoo Dragon says that it's shall of views. No doubt, man. No doubt. McGinnis, amen. Amen, brother. Armor Gull says Fauci is the way of the fool. Man, all right. Let me see what else I got. I got another topic. I got something else I want to discuss with you guys. All right, so let me bring this up. Real quick. And I wanted to talk about this one. I really did. And the reason why is because, I see a big double standard here in the community. Really double standards. I mean, I get it that, as a police officer, probably your place has Again, they probably have things such as policies and stuff like that for you to not to do that. But the concern that I always have about this thing is that there's a double standard. Truly a double standard. And the biggest concern that I have about this is the fact that they want to make Trump supporters look like they are crazy. This is something that the propaganda machine has been pushing constantly. Who are the Trump supporter, right? And you see pictures like this, people flipping out about it. A police officer has a Trump mask. And in fact, this guy right here says, police officer Daniel in full uniform with a badge, gun wearing his Trump mask inside a polling location in the government center. I mean, the guy could have been voting, right? I mean, cops have the right to vote too. And, you could do it during work time. I mean, let me know in your job. But in my job, there is policies and stuff like that you could go vote. And again, you go dress as as you dress, right? Now, obviously, like I said, he's wearing a Trump mask, and that's something that a lot of people are attacking gun supporters, or not gun supporters, Trump supporters. But here's the thing that I wanted to mention, a couple of the things that I want to mention about this. But it says, the city is funded on the voters' intimidation. And to me, it's insane because these Democrats are scared of everything. They're literally scared of everything. Like, you're wearing a Trump mask, so you are inciting intimidation to the people. I mean, are you that scared, man? This is the campaign that we're running. Every single time that I see something about Trump, it's like, they're intimidating, this and that. Like, what is going on with these people? Are you scared of everything? Are you scared of a police officer with a mask that says Trump? I'm not. And I'm in a minority. Literally, a minority. I mean, the moment that I speak, you could tell because I have an accent. I'm not terrified for my life. I walk into places all the time, and I'm fine with it. I'm okay. I don't go into like, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. And that's kind of like the feeling that I get. Every single time something happens, it's like, they're intimidating us. Are you that scared as a person? It's just sad. Fear comes from the devil, that comes from the Lord. You guys know that. I've been talking about that for quite some time. Let me bring this up right here. But again, here it is. Police officer, Miami officer is facing disciplinary action. Probably they don't like the fact that he's Hispanic. He's probably Hispanic. Let me see his name. How's his name right here? Uveda. Maybe he's Hispanic. Yeah, he sounds Hispanic. Because he's wearing this mask. But everybody else could do it. There's Black Lives Matter things all over the place, and people don't get so upset. I just went to a restaurant. If you guys have been watching my other channel, obviously, the Jarhead 6 clips, right here, if you guys see this video right here, this was awesome, by the way. Let me just click here real quick. But this was awesome. Look at me right here. I'm having a great time making a fire with my family. And let me just put this right here because this place was so awesome, man. Look at this. This is a Stone Mountain in Georgia. Look at this mountain right here. Oh, man, that was gorgeous. But anyways, as I was visiting here with my family in Georgia, I went into a place, and one of the guys was wearing a mask that says Black Lives Matter. It's okay. I live in a free country. I live in a country where you have the right to do things that you want to do. I was okay. I went in. The guy was polite to me. I asked for my food. He brought me my food. I enjoyed my dinner with my family, and I left. It's the same thing. I'm sure if you see this cop, it's like, all right, he's wearing a mask, whatever. Continue with your life. But, they're intimidating us. Because, again, it's the fact that they've been pushing this agenda that Trump supporters are, racist. First of all, they're white, right? Which is not true. I'm Hispanic, and I support the President of the United States. Many Hispanics support the President of the United States. Many black people support the President of the United States. The President of the United States have support from everyone, right? But they're trying to paint the Trump supporter as the white man that is racist, that is attacking minorities, that is doing horrific things to minorities, and that is not true. That is not true. I mean, I'm going to tell you, the propaganda that has been launched against the white man has been sad and disgusting. Sad and disgusting. I'm going to tell you this right now. And it's really offensive if you ask me. I'm sure some of you guys that happen to be white, you guys will probably say the same thing, right? It's disgusting. And I was actually telling my wife this the other day. I was talking about her, and I said, look, the propaganda that continues to be pushed out there that white people are racist and attacking other is just so offensive. And not only it's offensive, it's not true, because when you look at the military, a large percentage of the military is white. And I think I looked it up, and it was like 56% or 57%, I could be wrong, of the military is white. There's about 13% of Hispanics, 13% of blacks, and there's like a 4% or something else. So again, the majority of people are white. Now, I was in the Marine for 11 and a half years. 11 years, 5 months, and 20 days. And I could speak from experience. I went to several combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and I can tell you this from experience, that the large majority of the military, at least the Marines, are white. So how are you going to tell me that white people are just out there harassing and killing minorities, and they are the biggest threat to this country when they are defending the country? Mind-blowing. How are you going to say that white people are the biggest threat to the United States when they are defending the country? The biggest demographic in the military is white. So, are they defending our country, or are they the biggest threat to our country? It's a pure propaganda. Pure propaganda. This is not new, by the way. We've been, humans has been doing this for years upon years, right? This is just like straight up a technique that we've been using to intimidate and harass people and to pass their agenda, right? So again, you see this police officer, and it's like, oh, let me see it right here. The city's found their voters intimidation. Why are you intimidated? Because a cop is wearing a Trump 2020, muscle or mask. I already have my opinion about this thing. Right? Why are you intimidated? Are you so scared? It's because these people are pushing the propaganda that Trump supporters are bad to our community, that Trump supporters are crazy people that are just harassing and attacking minority, which is not true, but they continue to push that propaganda. That's why it's important to come here and speak about these things and speak against these things, right? And put information out here for people to consume. When you say that's not good, that's not true, that's an attack that is not real. So, again, I just wanted to mention that it's pretty insane, if you ask me. Crazy stuff, very offensive that has been done against people in the United States. And I'm going to tell you, it's great. It's going to backfire. This is the last thing I'm going to say, is going to backfire, because here's the thing: majority of people in the United States are white. And when you continue to tell in the news that white people are, racist, attacking minority, and lying about them, they ain't going to vote for you. They're not going to do it. If you continue to say, oh, Cubans are bad people, they do this and do that, and then you want my vote, you ain't getting my vote, right? Because it's offensive. Because not only you're offending me, but you're offending my family and my children. When you say things like that, you're offending people's children. So again, what's going to happen is that it's going to backfire from then, and I guarantee you that every time that they do that, what they're really doing is that they're just campaigning for Trump, because people are going to vote for Trump because they're sick and tired of listening to the news that they are doing things that they are not, that they are committing a crime or being racist or something like that, when they're not. All they're doing is going to work, coming home, spending time with their family, and having a barbecue. They want to enjoy their life. They don't need your nonsense. So this is helping Trump, President Trump. It definitely is helping him. Bailey says the silent majority needs to show up to the poll. They will. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Very, very good. Robert Owen says, watching your show, love it. Thank you, sir. We definitely appreciate that. Stay tuned. We got more videos coming up. And Miller said, can't wait, brother, for the new project, man. I'm excited. Very, very excited. Like I said, I've been thinking about this. Something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. If you guys look in the description below this video, by the way, there's a couple different channels there that I have. So make sure you subscribe to all the channels in the description below. Wilson say, I got the same gun safe in my house. Hey, man, I want to talk about the gun safe. I may get into that. I actually wrote it down as one of my topics. I do want to do a review about this gun safe at one point, but I'm going to tell you right now, I paid like $500 for it in Black Friday. Maybe it was a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know. And maybe a year. I don't know. But I like it. I like it. I got a couple thoughts that I want to share about the safe coming up. Let me just come here real quick, erase some of the topics that I got. All right, actually, you know what? Let me hit the aftermath. Here's the thing, man. I haven't even talked about the topic that I wanted to talk about. All right, I got it right here. Wow, that's funny, man. I haven't talked about that. All right, so preparing for the election aftermath. And again, if you're watching, appreciate your support. I appreciate everybody that is watching. If you guys got comments, put in there. I'm going to go through the comments, and I'm going to answer a couple of the comments in the next few minutes. But I wanted to mention this because I said I was going to talk about this, and obviously this is the title of the video. But one thing that I want to talk about is that there's going to be issues. It's definitely going to be issues. We know that is going to happen. And one big thing that I kind of want to put out there is that I'm predicting that Trump is going to win. I really am. I'm convinced. I think the American people are tired of what's going on. And like I say, like I've been talking for the last hour or so, the American people had enough, and the Democrats are just radical, big, radical people, and they're doing things that it used to be radical back in the days, but nowadays it's like insane. They're supporting criminals. You saw the vice president nomination, Kamala Harris, going to visit Jacob Blake, right? A person that allegedly sexually abused a woman. A person that did that while the lady was in bed with one of the kids. A person that resisted arrest. A person that fought the police, and ultimately he got shot because of that, right? So again, what did she say? She said, we're proud. Something like, I'm proud of you, or I'm proud of your family, something like that. The vice president nomination to the Democratic Party. I'm proud of what? A criminal? You see Nancy Pelosi giving a flag to George Floyd. Again, am I saying that he deserved to die? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the flag is reserved to our military and law enforcement and first responders that make the ultimate sacrifice, not to criminals that commit a crime, that refuse, to follow simple orders, and it was overdose and fentanyl. That's not what the flag is reserved. They're radicals. Again, you see them, talking about late-term abortions and just aborting kids like at school. Obviously, God is out the window. You see them supporting people looting, people burning our community, people stealing and calling them peaceful protests. You see them supporting groups that are seizing or grabbing portions of a city, Portland, right? That group grabbed like a block or 2 blocks. You see them defunding the police. The same people in the George Floyd case that defunded the police or voted to defund the police 3 months later are crying. Search it. Crying. I don't know what's going on in a city. Crime went up. Wow. Really? Really, lady? Are you that dumb? Insane, right? It goes back to what I'm saying right here. The way of the fool, right? The way of the fool. So what you're seeing is insane. What you're seeing is truly insane. So I think, me personally, that American people are tired of this. I'm in this community where I do a lot of political videos, and I'm always doing research. And again, I think the American people are just tired. So one thing that I want to mention is going to be your location. Really, your location. And the reason why I say that is because one thing that I noted is that location has a lot to do with what's going on. And as you see, the Democratic cities are being ruled by these people. that are just allowing this to happen. You know, just recently, the governor here, God bless him, DeSantis, we voted for him. We're proud of what he's doing. But he said it. We ain't playing this game. And they're establishing laws to make sure that this doesn't happen here in Florida, right? But in these places, it's happening because these people don't care. They fail to identify this protest and this harassment as, you know what, something that is bad, and they call it peaceful protest, and they will not protect you. They will not protect you. And in fact, it's insane what they're doing. Really, really insane. And they're just proving that they ain't going to be there for that for you. So you got to understand your location, right? I'm not saying that if you're in a safe city, not to prepare for this kind of stuff, but location has a lot to do. If I live in some of the states that is going insane, I would literally, truly understand what's going on. And again, I will kind of like plan for something happening, right? And again, you know, I said it so many times. The best way to win in a fight is not to find yourself in a fight. So you know what? Maybe leaving, maybe having a point or a place where you can go may be a good idea, because you don't want to find yourself in a fight, right? Some of you guys is going to say, well, I'm not leaving. That's my house. I ain't going nowhere. I understand that, brother. I understand that. I'm just talking about a couple things that you can do, a couple things that couple choices, right? You make your own decisions and stuff like that. But if you decide to stay, make sure you're checking your preps. Checking your home defense plan. Check your home defense plan. And just know that even though when you're going to be right, even though you're going to follow everything and you're going to follow the law, there's a really good potential that you may find yourself in jail. This is what happened in Missouri. Those people, that couple, the rich couple, walked outside to defend their property. What happened? They're getting in some kind of a bunch of legal issues, right? And again, I'm not going to get in that topic, but that's there. And, they're rich. So good for them. I hope they sue the crap out of that city. But people like me and you, that if you say, give me $3,000 to pay a lawyer or $4,000, if you ask me for $4,000 right now, I'll be like, maybe somebody's trying to buy an AR-10 or something. I don't know. I'm just saying it's not as easy for people like me and you that may not have that type of cash just available out of nowhere, right? So, again, just be prepared for that. I mean, I will have a couple things that, like I said, to be prepared: food and water. Money. Have some money on you. People always forget that one. That's a big one. Have a little bit of money, couple $100 that you could put in your pocket in case something happened. Like I said, food and water. Personal protection. Check your personal protection plan. Check emergency phone numbers. I just started writing a couple things that I will, think that you need to check. Emergency phone numbers, like people that you need to call in the county, maybe emergency operation center, things like that. Obviously, everybody know 911, the police, but just know that the police may not even show up. And what we're seeing in some of these towns that are run by Democrats is that they're telling the police not to do anything. How many times have we seen the cops standing outside while a place is being looted or a place is being burned, and the cops are just there? That's because they've been told by the leadership, don't do anything, or they know that if they do something, they're going to find themselves fired and in jail. So I don't even blame them. I'll be like, man, screw this, man. So, again, emergency phone numbers, like I said, different location, evacuation route. How do you get out of there? If your city goes crazy on fire, how are you going to get out of there? Think about an evacuation route that you need to leave, and think about a location that you can go to. Rally points. I thought about this with your family. Maybe you guys have different kids and things like that. Think about a place that your kids could meet up if they don't have a cell phone, if they don't have a communication plan, which I'm going to talk about that as well. Think about that stuff. Hey, if something happened and it gets really bad, meet me in this corner, and I'll be there, right? Again, personal home defense plan. Talk to your family about it. Everybody should be in the same page. Really, everybody should be in the same page. Everybody should understand what's going on. And again, everybody should be ready to execute the plan if something happened. Communication plan is a big one. You got to know what's going on, and you got to be able to communicate. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this because, I feel that, something may happen. Something may happen. It's proven already. People are going crazy over this, and the propaganda machine, CNN, MSNBC, and things like that, would love to push their agenda, and their agenda is going to be pushed out there, and people know that they could get away with it. That's the problem right now. These criminals know that they could do stuff, and they're getting away with that because cops aren't doing nothing. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happens. So you need to look at your location and say, wow, I live in Portland. I live in New York. I live in some of these places that is hot, right? Something may happen here. Just like having a jack on my car, if something happened after the elections or before the elections, you know what? Maybe I got some PTO, personal time off. Maybe I'm going to take my PTO and go chill at my grandmother's house, because, she lived in Tennessee and is cool there. And just a bunch of country people, and country people are cool. I love country people. And they just eat good food. And you can sit outside their house and look at the mountains and just have an amazing time. And whatever happened, it happens. Things could be replaced. Your family cannot be replaced. Now, some of you guys, like I said, are going to say, well, no, I'm not going to leave my location. That's up to you, brother. You do what you want to do. I don't blame you. I don't want to leave my house. I don't think I'm leaving my house, right? I love my house. I work hard for this place. And, this is a place that my family is being raised. But ultimately, I love my children more than, my house. And again, my wife could take care of business. But my kids, I don't want anything to happen to them. So, wow. I think I talked a lot. Very, very a lot. Let me know what you guys think. Put some comments down there. Really put some comments. I like to hear what you guys got to think. Any questions, anything like that, let me know down in the comment section below. Semper Fi to Michael. Appreciate your support to this channel, brother. It's awesome. Black Rifleman Organization says, last time I saw 5.56 was $1 a round. Crazy. It's crazy stuff, man. Really, really crazy. Sosa says, Trump supporters need work in the community to protect their homes and their family. Yep. Yeah, no doubt. And you see that a lot, man. You see places that there's a good community, and people know that, man. I'm going to tell you, this will stop easy. This is going to stop really easy. The moment, and remember, I said this many times, and I'm going to stick to the statement. The reason why this is happening is because the government is allowing it to happen. That's it. Because if the government wants to stop this nonsense, it will be stopped. And, it doesn't have to be necessarily something that has to be like firearms or like abusing the people, anything. If you put some rules out there, look, if you violate curfew, you're going to find yourself in jail for 2 years. People don't have skin in the game, man. People don't care. Majority of these people, they may think this is cool. They just want to steal and stuff like that. But the moment you put a few of these people in jail for 2 years, they go back home and they stop. They really will. All right, let me see. Throw punches in the house. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing good, my brother. Let's see. Oli Prepper, glad to be here. Appreciate the support and welcome. Live it or not, license says there is so much terrible and crazy and threatening right now. I am so thankful that I have friends who tell me God is in control. Glad that you're here, brother. And God is in control. All right. Stan says caches are just as important as rally point. Yeah, man, no doubt. There's a really good conversation to have there. Here, this is John. John, I like what John says here. Who are we fighting? That's a great question, man. Really, really good question. And it's a question that I actually have myself. Really have myself, because I find it, in a way, sometimes it looks kind of funny to me. When I see people with like fun shields and like goggles, I think it's hilarious. I'm like, are you kidding me? Is this really an opponent Are we really doing this? When I see people walking down, you seen this protest with guns and all those guys, and they go for this walk with firearms, and like 2 blocks after the walk started, they're out of breath and they can't move no more, and they can't even do the walk because, all that stuff. I think to myself, really? You think you're going to fight anyone? I'm going to tell you, I've been out of the Marine Corps for 7 years, little fat right now, full of mashed potatoes. With a lot of back pain and all that. But I remember myself as a Staff Sergeant United States Marine Corps, hoorah, and I was a machine. I mean, there was no people. If you wanted to get in front of me, you had to do some push-ups. You had to be in good shape. So when you see these people fighting, I'm thinking to myself, who are we fighting? That's why I'm kind of like confused a little bit with a lot of the gun channels and a lot of the prepping channel when they start talking Civil War, because I'm like, Civil War with who? These people are just a bunch of fools, a bunch of criminals that are taking advantage of good people. That's it. They ain't coming for a real fight. They won't be able to stand against a real fight. This is just a bunch of people that are just a bunch of fools that are taking advantage of people. And in fact, it's crazy because you see all these BLM people and arguing about white people being racist and yada, 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 which you guys know my opinion on that. But the majority, a lot of the people that are being hurt are minorities. Black people being killed. So I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, man. You're talking about racial equality and you're talking about the white man is doing this to you, but I'm turning the TV on and I'm seeing black people being murdered. That captain in Missouri that retires a police officer, an older man, a black man that owns a business, was murdered in the street. There was another federal security guard that, a black man was murdered or was shot or something. The riots that we just recently had, guys shooting guns, and one of the police officers that got hit was a black man. I seen black police officers being harassed, thinking to myself, you want diversity. You want racial equality. You want black people in positions as a law enforcement, but then you're shooting them. You have these people that are great people in our community, and you're taking advantage of them. I'm sad. Really, I'm sad. I was talking to a guy, and I said, well, if we got to talk about the Breonna Taylor case, Breonna Taylor, we all know the stuff. Right, we got to start with this before we start into the Breonna Taylor. The white cops did this. We got to start with this. We got to acknowledge that attorney, state attorney or whatever he is, the attorney that led the case, that happens to be a black man. We have to say that he was wrong. So we put a black guy in charge of the investigation, which he's like I don't know his position now, maybe the state attorney or something. He's like a big dude. In the attorney levels, right? He's a big dude. He found nothing wrong with the case. He actually 6 months investigation, and they found nothing. The only thing that they found was that one of the cops shot into a location without identifying that the bad guy was there. So obviously he was doing neglection. He was neglected, and he got charged for that. So the other 2 cops did the right thing. One guy got shot and all that. So anyways, this guy, this attorney that happens to be black, did this investigation, and he found nothing. Well, what happens now? Now we're calling him names. Now I saw a video where it was so offensive. So you want people of color in high positions. Wait a minute. Let's understand this. You want people of color in high position. Now we have a person of color in that position. And when he finds that nothing was wrong with those cops, in that case, we're going to call him names. You want black police officers to make sure that cops are not killing people. That's what they're claiming. But then when you have a black police officer in place, you're harassing him and calling names. This has nothing to do with police brutality or anything like that. It's just an agenda, and the agenda is simple. Those people hate our country. They hate our country. But nevertheless, who are we fighting? A bunch of punks? A bunch of people that just want to steal and take advantage of people that are not ready for the fight? These people are literate, no fight for no one. They're really not a fight for no one. These people are taking advantage of people. These people are taking advantage of our community just because one simple thing. The government is allowing them to. The government is allowing them to do it. Because the moment that the government step in and says, you need to stop this, and if you don't stop, cops are going to come here and reestablish law and order, and I'm going to put you in jail for the next couple years, they stop. Because they're a bunch of fools. Turn Twitter on. They're hanging around with fun chills and goggles. You think they are a match against professionals? Bunch of fools. Bunch of fools. We ain't fighting no one. What needs to happen is that police officers reestablish law and order, and everything that is happening in these democratic cities. Democratic cities. We need to go out and vote. We need to go out and vote to stop these people from what they're doing to our country. And, here's the thing, John. There may be a point at one time that we may have to fight someone. I don't think it's now. I really don't. I think that these people, like I said, they're just a bunch of fools. They're doing stupid things because the government is allowing them to. That's it. We ain't fighting no one. Let me see. All right. Let's see. If you guys got any comments, put it down in the comment section below. Definitely appreciate that. Ian says, how's it going, man? Man, I hope you're doing good. Appreciate your support. Very important video, man. Thanks. No, man, I appreciate you watching, sharing, and all that stuff you guys do for the channel. It's fantastic, man. What you got here is just me. I've been saying this for years. I know there's YouTube channels that they get really big and they have strategies and this and that, and they have personas and they talk in a specific way. No, what you got is Fabian. I'm like this any place you meet me. So, yeah, here's the thing. Throw Punch says this. When we continue to say that our country's racist, our country's not racist. Our country's not racist. Like, stop it. People got to stop it. Our country is not racist. We have the best country in the entire planet. It's not. I came to this country from Cuba. I learned a different language. I went to high school, which I didn't do good, by the way. But what happened? I served in the military. I served honorably, right? Until I couldn't no more. And I had to get out because, I have medical issues, right? And again, look at, I have a house. I have a family. I drive a decent car. I go to work. I live a decent life. I just took a vacation with my family, right? But what I'm seeing, or what I do, is that I work hard for what I have. I work hard. People don't want to work hard. This is a country where you could have so many opportunities. So many opportunities. If they don't want to take the opportunities, up to them. But there's so many opportunities in this country, man. So many. People got to start taking advantage of the opportunities that we are giving these children, right? And it starts with having a good family that implements good values in our children and hold the children accountable. I hold my children accountable. I expect them to have good grades. I expect them to do their job. I expect them to do chores in the house. I expect them to act like men. I just told my 16-year-old, almost 16 and a half. I'm like, dude, I expect you to conduct yourself as a young man. And when I'm not there, when I'm not here, I expect you to lead my family, and I expect you to represent me the proper way. Because when I'm not here in this house, you are the man here. You assume the responsibilities of me. And I have those conversations all the time with my kids, right? So again, this country is not racist. This country is an amazing country. Again, amazing country with a lot of opportunity. And to prove that, this is why I kind of highlighted your statement right here. We had a president that was black for 8 years. Now, a large majority of the country, let's just think about demographics. A large majority of the country is white. That's why I continue to say it's a bad idea. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's a bad idea to call white people names. Really a bad idea because the large majority of the community is white. But whatever, the Democrats have their ways that they're going to conduct business. I don't understand it, but I don't want to get there. But again, a large majority of the population is white, and they voted for the president, for a black president that was in control for 8 years, as well as Biden. What did he do for the country? Because we have veterans dying, waiting for appointments. Remember that? We had government shutdowns, and we have a Marine in the airport dead. His body was dead in that airport, waiting for the money to come so they could transport his body. I'm sad. Oh, man, I got upset when I remember that. I got so upset. So this country is not a racist country at all. This is a country of opportunity. And again, the President of the United States, President Trump, that gets called racist all the time, how many people we bring into the country legally? Like 1 million. It's like a crazy number, guys. Search it up. I think it's like 1 million a year or something like that. So it's like a large majority of people coming to this country, and the president said, I want you to come here legally because we deserve the right to make sure that you're not a criminal to come to our country. Just like we deserve the right, you deserve the right to make a decision who comes inside your house. It's simple. Who comes inside your house? We have that right. We have to make sure that whoever comes into this house, into this country, is a good person. So we have a country that gives great opportunity to everyone. Right now, just before this COVID-19, the lowest unemployment for blacks and Hispanics, right? So we have a country that welcomes like 1 million people all the time into this country, and we give them help. I literally witness people coming to this country, have nothing, and we give them money. We give them food stamp. We give them medical care to the children. This is a great country. But they continue to say that our country's racist because it was formed into slavery and all this. Look at history. Look at history. Every country, everyone has a slave. Talk about the Native America. What did they used to do? The Mayas or the Aztecs? They used to sacrifice thousands of people to their god. They would go and fight, grab you, and again, make you a slave and kill you to their god. The Romans had slaves. Every single person in the entire planet has half slave. So to say that this country's base is racist because it has slaves, then that's the entire country. The entire planet. They have been slave everywhere. And check it out. White people has been slave as well. They have. Black slave in the United States. But if you do any research, you will find out that there was a lot of people in other countries that were slave as well. And right now, what do we have? Human trafficking. Guess which one's one of the top human trafficking? Hispanics that comes here to this country. They bring him to, countries like Mexico, Salvador, all those countries. They bring him here, human trafficking, and they make him work, prostitution, and just labor work. Human trafficking is a huge issue in the United States, and that's slavery. And who are they? The majority are Hispanics. So, again, this is a great country. This is a great country. Stop saying that we live in a racist country. Oh, man. Let me see. Here's the thing, man. The left wants to make it feel like we are victims. Like we are victims. I just was watching something in the news where, we're going to lower the grade system for browns or blacks or something like that for minorities. Because you guys can pass a test or something. I don't remember if it was black or maybe blacks and browns or maybe, I don't know. It was in California. I was reading about this and I'm thinking to myself, why are you making me a victim? Stop making me a victim. I'm not a victim. I'm a big boy and I could do things. And my children are not a victim. they could do things too. And I refuse to pass that agenda and that curse to my children. Refuse it. Don't, if you're a minority, if you're like black, brown, whatever the minorities are, by the way. That's a term that I learned when I came to the United States. But again, don't pass that nonsense to your children. Don't. It's nonsense. The Lord came here so you could live a life in abundantly. We are made in the image of the Almighty. Remember that. We are made in His image. Why are we allowing people to say, oh, you guys are like, not good? People like, stop it, man. Literally, stop it. We have the same opportunity than anybody else. And if you ever find yourself with people that are racist, which I have, it actually cost me promotions. It cost me medals, like decorations from the military, because the guy was so racist. And it took me a while to realize why he was being so mean. That may be a different conversation. But again, the guy was a white dude. And then I went to a different place, and the other guy that I went, he was famous for being racist, and he happens to be a black dude. So racist people are everywhere, right? But I'm not going to live my life thinking that way. If I find people like that, there's systems. There is places that you could go and complain, by the way. This thing where like, oh, you can't, the laws are there. If somebody's racist to you at work and you go on HR, he's going to get in trouble. The same thing in the military. So, but again, don't live your life like a victim. Go and work. Work harder. That's what I did. Well, maybe this guy doesn't like me. I know why, but I'm going to continue to do my job. Continue to push forward, and I'm going to disregard this idiot over here on the right. All right, let me see. All right, there's a lot of guys, a lot of comments. Apologize. Oh, man. Woo. I like what Black Rifleman organization said. Man, amen to that. He says, I am not a victim. I choose victory. God is my strength. Dude, you killed it, brother. You just killed it. Wow. Man. That was powerful, man. I felt it. Thank you. I felt it. Thank you. That was so amazing, man. Wow. Racist people don't mean racist country. Those clowns are a minimum part of the population. Of course, man. No doubt, brother. We can't live in that anger. We can, man. We can't live in that anger, man. All right, so 10:09. I appreciate everybody that is watching. Has been amazing. I've been here for an hour and 7 minutes. Before I go, check it out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels. It's going to link down below. I got a couple other channels that I've been updating to. And like I say, I got a project coming up next week. And there's a channel there that you may want to subscribe to as well, because we're going to be doing a lot of videos in there as well. I appreciate everybody that is watching. I appreciate the support. Stay tuned. We got a ton of more videos coming up. And as always, guys, God is in control.